Yo, what it is, guys? What's up? Today we're gonna be installing some new coilovers on the Prelude. Maxpeedingrods sent me these coilovers a couple of months ago, and this is what happened. So, I don't know what's going on here, but this is my new ride height. I mean, yo, if you're buying coilovers, please tell me you're not trying to raise your car, because I had those coilovers on the lowest setting, and it rose my car like 4 inches. But it's all good. I reached out to Maxpeedingrods and they sent me some shorter damper bodies. So we're gonna see if this fixes my ride height issue. Hopefully it does, because your boy's been riding on some super old tan coilovers and they're not bad at all. I just kind of want something more newer and up to date. If you didn't know, coilovers are just like 3-piece wheels or even 2-piece wheels, meaning that they could be disassembled, taken apart, and upgraded, because of many different components, and this is designed in a way for us to make upgrades if necessary. This is the new short damper body. This is the original damper body that's in the rear, okay? This one on the left, I just took apart the front coilover, so you can see that the front coilover is a little taller than this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to install this rear coilover that I didn't adjust. This is the original rear coilover, untouched, unmolested by Rocky. For the front coilover, I'm gonna install the new damper body. Let's get this front coilover reassembled, and we'll install it on the Prelude and see how it sits. Yeah. We'll start off with this bump stopper. This rounded part is face down, just like that. We'll get the dust boot and put it on, down like that. At the spring perch with the washer. So in this top hat, you got 2 little shims, one on the bottom and then one on the top. Some high temp grease, I'm not sure if that really matters. And just put it in here. Try to get in there, wipe off the excess amount. Now you'll put in these little shims back in. So we're gonna put one right here, smaller on the top side, on just like so. Smaller side going into the spherical bushing top nut right here. Just twist it on by hand. Go all the way until it stops. When you get these coilovers from the factory, this top nut is never tightened all the way down. If this nut is a little loose, you're definitely gonna get that noise when you hit bumps. You're gonna hear a little thud or something, all right? Now we'll turn this upside down. Spring perch, boom. They have numbers, you can turn it upside down, so, and don't forget the washer. There you go, you just wanna go nice and snug, hand tight. And then you got the 2 lower rings. They're both the same exact thing, same exact size. Just remember they go opposite directions. And there you go. See how these 2 have the lip on the top side, and this one has a lip on the bottom side. Then you get your lower post mount. There we go. We are maxed out. So this is the front coilover with the new damper body, and this is the old coilover with the original damper body. This thing doesn't go any higher. Like, it's tightened all the way. So that's a really big difference. I have no doubt that the front is gonna sit much lower. All right, so the good thing about having an old car is it's really simple to take off the front coilover. So here's the coilover. I just gotta loosen this bolt and the one on the bottom, which is right there. 1, 2, there we go. We got the fork bolted up on the bottom and to the coilover, and the coilover bolted to the chassis. So the back is actually just 1 bolt, and it's that bolt on the very bottom. And then the hard part is just removing this cover and getting the 2 bolts hidden underneath this trunk cover piece. So right now, the front sits higher than what I'm running right now. These aren't even maxed out, but I could fit about 1 finger. But if I come over here, I can fit easily the palm of my hand. Look at that. That pokes out a lot. Oh, that looks terrible. See right here, it's not as much, but at least it's kind of angled and kind of flows more nicely, right? But if you go over here, ooh, that does not look too good. All right, so I got all of the coilovers installed on the Prelude, so now let's test out the ride quality. These coilovers have a 24-way adjustment from 0 to 24, 0 being the most soft and 24 being the hardest. I've adjusted all 4 coilovers to level 2, so let's test out these coilovers on the bumpy road at level 2. On this road, I usually go like 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. That's just how bumpy it is. Here's our first bump. Very subtle. Here's another bump. Okay. It feels really good right now. Like, I can hear it's hitting these bumps, but hey, that was the really hard bump, and that took it pretty nicely. So I'm hitting all these bumps. I can hear it, but I don't feel it. So almost at the softest setting, the ride quality was very nice. All right, so now we're gonna try out the hardest setting. Okay, now I got all 4 coilovers set to 22. I don't wanna max it out just to be safe. So 22 is still pretty high. We're just 2 clicks away from the max setting. So let's do another test run on our infamous bumpy road. All right, here's a big bump at 30 miles per hour. I didn't feel like nothing. Well, I am going slow though, so Okay, this is the bumpy side of the road, max setting. Here's a bump that I usually avoid at all costs right here. Pretty nice. There was a couple bumps. Here's one, not bad. Yeah, bro, I'm driving through this normally. Here's a big bump. There we go. That was not bad at all. Yep, the bounces are more pronounced. A little more loud. Louder than the soft. But it still rides nicely. The bumps don't feel harsh. I guess they feel a little harder than at soft setting, but this is way better than my old coilovers. All right, so this is one last pass on the bumpy side of the road. Lowest setting, level 2 soft. Let's go slow so y'all can see the speed limit sign. All right. This is definitely really smooth. I could comfortably go down this road and not really care about loud bumps or anything. Now I'm probably getting a lot of loud noises in the back because I have a big subwoofer box and nothing's really bolted down. So yeah. All right, so what did we learn about the ride quality on the coilovers by changing the damper? So when I set it on the softest setting, I put it at level 2 out of 24. I found that the ride was very smooth and comfortable. It was a little bouncy, but when I would hit bumps, it was very subtle. Like I could feel it still, but it felt like a stock car, really. And then when I put it at the high setting, in this case level 22 out of 24, it still felt really nice. It still drove pretty comfortably. The bumps were a little more noticeable. It was more pronounced. I could hear the bumps, but they were definitely not as loud as my old coilovers. So if you want a really comfortable ride quality, keep the damper on soft. If you want more of a track feel or performance, you want to set the damper to a higher setting. So these Maxpeedingrod coilovers actually sit higher. Now, my personal preference, I really don't like the new ride height. I think it makes the Prelude look like a monster truck, and it looks really weird because my wheels are so wide. Now the outer lip of my wheels poke way further out than the fender. But again, that's just personal preference. I really like my car super low, but also keep in mind, the lower your car is, the worse your ride quality is gonna be. So like I said, it's not really fair for me to compare these coilovers to my old ones because these Maxpeedingrod coilovers are actually higher than my old setup. And to be honest, I'm not saying this just because Maxpeedingrod sent me these coilovers, but after riding with these coilovers for a few days and looking at the Prelude, the new ride height is starting to kind of grow on me. I've been riding super low for like 5 or 6 years, and so I'm super used to like a really bumpy ride quality and rubbing all the time and scraping everywhere. But now with this new ride height, the Prelude feels nice. I'm pretty sure my girlfriend can enjoy riding in a Prelude again. And even though I'm a big fan of fender to wheel fitment, maybe I just gotta get airbags, you know? I was gonna reinstall my old coilovers, but due to future projects, I'm just gonna keep this setup because I am gonna need a higher ride height, and you guys will find out soon. But anyways, if you're looking to lower your car a couple inches and you still want good ride quality, I can confirm that these coilovers are really good. These are a little over $400, but I have a discount code. Just check the links down in the description below. But all right, guys, thanks for dropping by. See you on the next one. Yeah! Oh, also, I gotta mention, if you're buying this for your Honda Prelude, the T6 Maxpeedingrod coilovers, you're probably gonna have to get shorter damper bodies like I had to. I've told Maxpeedingrods about it, and I don't know if they're gonna go back and change those damper bodies on the coilovers. They should before shipping because it would save them money and it'd be less of a headache on your end. But I've installed these T6 coilovers on my 8th gen Honda Civic. I've installed them on a friend's EG Coupe, and neither of those cars are slammed. But again, if you just want to lower it a couple inches, these should work fine.